What is happening? I'll make sure we got audio there. What's going on, everybody? JT back with you guys here in the studio, Studio 10-4 Live, the weekly update oh man, can't believe it. May 20th already here, 2026, man. You guys getting prepped for Memorial Day weekend? Everybody getting set up and planning your trips and loads where you got to go so you can be somewhere to enjoy some time off, barbecue, hang out, be with the family, friends, wherever it is that you do what you do when you're not looking through the windshield and holding on to the wheel. Hopefully you guys are going to get somewhere where you want to be and with somebody you want to be with. So always remember, too, you know, what we're celebrating on that weekend, Memorial Day weekend, some of the most misunderstood holidays that are out there. Good evening. Yeah, everybody that's tuned in so far. Thanks for tuning in. And listen, everybody in the audience that's watching right now, and there's a lot of you watching. If you don't make a comment, say hello, something like that, well, we don't know who you are or where you are. So I invite you to do that. Just drop in, say hello, and I'll be getting to our guests here momentarily. And they're waiting patiently in the green room, enjoying themselves. Bringing them out here in a minute. Yeah, so Memorial Day weekend, and it's coming up. Be here before you know it. Celebrated for the right reasons, right? So Memorial Day weekend is in tribute and celebration and remembrance to all that have served and made the ultimate sacrifice. That is Memorial Day weekend. There are other holidays in place for our service men and women for specific other reasons, but that's what Memorial Day is. So I hope you guys get together and hang out. Philip, I keep threatening. I'm going to be calling you, buddy, because we're going to get you. I want to get you on the show. So Philip, get heads up. You're up, buddy. You're coming my way. And I got your info, so I'll be reaching out to you, and we're going to get you on the show. Larry, good to have you, man. Dougie, what's happening? Dougie Wednesday. Dougie, what is Wednesday, man? You got Taco Tuesday, Burrito Friday. Yeah, man, I don't know. Did I miss something there? What do we got going on? Like Lasagna Wednesday, or what are we doing? Howard Ryan over on YouTube. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. This is our cover feature show, and I want to thank our sponsors who have been with us pretty darn near the beginning of the Studio 10-4 Live network creation, and that is our buddy Evan, and Evan's Detailing and Polishing. Time to shine. When you want to look fine, grab some time to shine, and Evan will get it done for you, man. That guy, it's no joke what his brand right there and up here on my screen says. And that is always on the grind. He is always on the grind. He's one of the hardest working guys in polishing and in the industry, and does so many other things, excuse me, outside the industry as well to support it. And he's a big supporter of the veterans. So babes and big rigs. And don't forget, I got one around here somewhere. There's a guy's calendar, man. How I made it in that, I have no idea, dude, but that will be one of my claims to fame, Mr. November. Anyway, I didn't shoot it. I didn't ask for it. It just happened. So that's the way it is. Got some other cool stuff going on. Oh, wait a minute. Got to thank Bruce Mallinson over at Max Mileage, Pittsburgh Power. Everybody probably knows Pittsburgh Power, but if you don't know Max Mileage, get to know it. It is a fantastic product. It is an additive for any kind of motor, gasoline, diesel, whatever. This stuff is a fuel catalyst. So it's something different and unique. Better performance, better mileage, longevity, make your engine run clean so it lasts longer. All the things that you need fuel to do that it doesn't, this will help it get there. So check that out. And that's Pittsburgh Power, Max Mileage. All right, listen. Got a big announcement. Made it this morning. And it's coming up tomorrow, 4 p.m. on all of our usual channels on the Studio 10-4 Live network. And that is a brand new show. It's going to be coming up out of Arizona. And I'm going to throw you in here right now. Here it is. Big Rigs Custom and Chrome. And that is going to be on at Thursday, 4 o'clock. Now, I don't know if we're going to stick to Thursday, 4 o'clock as a permanent time yet. We are in development of the show. Some of you may recognize, well, you may not, because actually the guys just came up with the new name, and Big Rigs Custom and Chrome is it. So Chad Violet and Stephen Gringo, a.k.a. Steve Mitchell, those are your hosts for Big Rigs Custom and Chrome. Cody McCandless is going to be our guest tomorrow, and that, again, is at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this will be our first show with the guys direct from Arizona. And, of course, those of you that don't know Chad or you don't know Steven, well, where you been? Chad's been around forever, great photographer, super supporter of Trucking for Kids. Chad, thank you so much for everything you did and the great photographs that you donated to the auction. Appreciate that, and look forward to being able to see more of this other side of these guys. And how this kind of happened is they showed up one day on screen, in my screen in front of me, and I thought, you know what? This looks like something that would be a great fit for the Studio 10-4 Live network. And I mean, we talked. It happened pretty quick, and this happened just at Trucking for Kids, and they jumped in, and they're coming on aboard, and we appreciate the heck out of it. I think it's going to be a great deal. Incidentally, we have mentioned this in the past. We are looking for talent, okay? So I have some other ideas out there. I've seen some things I have my eye on that I'm going to look into and talk to people about. We are building a network, and Studio 10-4 Live is that network. Of course, there's going to be different things, different views, different looks. You know, look at the morning show. If you were on this morning and you caught any of that, man, it was great. You know, it wasn't all political. It wasn't all trucking, but it was informative. It was right now up to date and in your face about what's going on. And the big talk right now is a Supreme Court decision that came down last week that brokers are in fact accountable to whoever they bring in and works under them, meaning they broker a load out to somebody. Now that company is now that's under their wing. So there's some things in the trucking industry that are happening, and I'd love to have conversation about that. We will have more of that conversation on the morning drive. And if you don't know about the morning drive, that's on every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. with my co-host, Brandon Carpenter. And Matt Carey is our go-to guy. He's the memory guy. He's the Google guy. So when we are talking and as we are developing whatever conversation and topics that we have happening, Matt's there to make sure we know what we're talking about and keep us on track. And he did a great job this morning, I have to say. So love to have anybody that would like tune in Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Tomorrow, though, 4 p.m. right here. So let's get into it. Boy, we got a bunch of folks tuned in. Everybody, thanks for being here. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Brandon, buddy, I'm so sorry I missed you at Trucking for Kids. It seems to be our deal. But listen, man, rodeo, okay? And we are all about the 10-4 Trucker Rodeo and Show, which is coming up in November. Everybody get ready for that one. When I say register this time, you get it done. Because there's so much at stake, whether you get into the show or not, whether you get a bonus bucket or not. I mean, that's important. And I had some folks come up to me at TFK just saying they wish they would have registered in time to get their bonus bucket and wanted a bucket. And the only way to get one after the fact was you had to buy one for $50. Now, that being said, we might have some of those left for sale. We might not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Red Bluff's coming up, and that is the NorCal Spring Fling, and that's coming up here in a couple weeks. So hopefully we'll be seeing people out there at that. And if you're going to be there, look forward to running into you and hanging out. What's going on, Dennis? Dennis Mitchell, father of the guy that's going to be on the the show tomorrow, Big Rigs Custom and Chrome. Hey, also, by the way, Cody McCandless has his own brand out now, Trick Pony Customs, built loud, built right. Gee, I wonder who built that graphic. Chad Violet, I bet. You got to put your name on your stuff, Chad. Have a Chad Violet logo on any stuff that's out there like that. And, even if you have to give up a little to get that on everything, and that way you get it out there, man. But nice looking logo, whether Chad did it or not, whoever did it, great job. Look forward to that show tomorrow. That's going to be fun. All right, listen, if you haven't seen our May edition, well, I don't know where the hell you've been, but right there, man, that is it. 10-4 Magazine, May edition 2026. And that was a great photo shoot. I don't get to go to a lot of photo shoots. And when I do, I get to bring a different part to the photo shoot. I get to shoot video and talk to the guys. I didn't interview the guys really at the shoot this time, but it was fun to do it. We did it Sunday, the day after Mid-America Truck Show 2026 in Louisville. Found this great little park that just had everything a guy could ask for on a photo shoot for 10-4 Magazine, including irate natives. I'll tell you that story in a minute, but we had that too. So, but we had a good time, and we had a lot of shutters clicking, and cameras moving, video being shot. Also want to give a shout out to our guy Jacob Gunderson, aka Gundy. Just really has stepped up and stepped in to what we do, and has become a very, very valuable asset to 10-4 Magazine. And he's there. He's always taking part, making it happen. He was out at TFK with us. He was on this photo shoot. I've got some video I'm going to share, and it has all of us kind of behind the scenes doing what we do a little bit. But Jacob, if you're out there, buddy, and I don't see you in the queue here, just know this, man. We love you at 10-4. Mom and Dad said say hi, so you know what I mean. All right, listen. Gonna bring our guys in. First of all, I want to bring the owner of the truck in, and that is from him. It's David Pitre, right?
David P.
David P. But I have another guy that says, "Hey, y'all ain't doing it right," but he says it in Cajun, and I don't even know how to do that. So, but I'm going to bring him in a minute here. So, David, good to have you on the show, man.
Well, good to be here.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to the family. I haven't really officially gotten to give you that, and let you know, once a 10-4 cover trucker, always a 10-4 cover trucker, man. You'll always be part of our family. And listen, it's not like it's this great big huge thing, because it's not. There's only one a month, 12 a year, and that coveted piece of real estate is yours for a month in 2026.
Well, I'm honored. That's for sure.
Well, you had a hell of a builder to help you get there, and I want to bring him in, Mr. Michael Trahan. Hey, right, nicely done. Thank you. I try to get it out there like it's supposed to be, but welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. You got it.
I really enjoyed our time hanging out doing the shoot that we did in Louisville. To have the builder, the owner together is not in fact, very rare does that happen. If it's a split deal where, in some cases we got builders that are the owner and they are the operator, but a lot of folks these days, man, they're looking outside for somebody to come in and build a truck. And you are that guy in this case. David, if you don't mind, Michael, introduce yourself. Tell everybody where you're at and the name of your company.
Michael Trahan in South Louisiana, not really South, but I'm South Louisiana, South Lafayette, a little town called Maurice. And the name of my business is just MW Trahan. That's it. It's my first two initials and my last name of Trahan. Been playing with trucks really my whole life, third generation.
I think you do an awesome job, man. And I'll tell you, I didn't realize how much work went into this truck until I looked into the photo album you sent me. And I mean, listen, man, you freaking gutted that truck. It was gutted. And I'm going to share some photos here with everybody in a second, but hats off to you. And
Thank you.
And you guys, listen, man, I'm a builder. That's in my heart and my nature of a lot of different things. And when you have clients that you work with and you have to get this communication and this thing together so that builder and guy on the other side expecting whatever he's expecting, builder has to deliver. And it's a huge commitment. I mean, God dang, you're married, right? And how long did this truck take to build? What was the build time?
I started unbolting a year. He was at Matt's 25 with the bunk at ATG's website, ATG's booth. I'm sorry, and I actually sent him a picture and I said, "Today's the day I'm cutting up your truck." And that day I pulled the engine out of it. I drove it to the shop and started disassembling it. So that was May 25th of last year. I started disassembling a running driving truck.
Well,
and this year we showed up with a new truck.
Wait until I bring these photos up, everybody. You guys are going to be like, holy crap. I mean, that's an incredibly light build time, really is, for what you did and what happened. David, I mean, here you are in this, you guys, I mean, you're joined at the hip. You're trying to get what you want done. I'm sure there was creative on both sides. How'd that go for you?
Oh, it went great. I mean, I had a lot of ideas, and Michael said, "No, we're not doing that." But but no, he was a great. I mean, I can't say enough about Michael. I mean. But no, it was a great experience. Would I do it again? Probably not. But I mean, it was a great experience.
Well, listen, man, I'll tell you, as a contractor, a builder, which I have been, there was real tests of relationships when you got into a custom build. And I used to do homes and backyard environments and that kind of thing. And again, back to the communication thing. I used to have it in my contract that said we are engaging in a meeting of the minds. Yeah. And know this, that if our minds do not connect, it will not get done the way you think it's going to look unless I understand the way you want it to look.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the picture in my brain and the picture in his brain, there's two different pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Describe the same thing. And but we worked through it. We're here. I mean, we're there.
Here we are. But here we are. So apparently there was a connection. And the other part of that too is the test of the marriage is, do they stay together and the project get done? Yes. Does it always happen that way? No, it just doesn't. And that's houses, trucks, or whatever, man. I'll tell you what. Steve Mitchell, what's going on, buddy? Good to have Steve in the show. Steve Gringo, everybody. Jeff Parker, our resident Leo. And Jeff, you know what, bud? I don't know where I thought or why I thought PGPD, but it was Sand City PD. I finally got that straight in my head, I think. So either way, thanks for your service. Jeff is a lifelong friend of mine I grew up with, and he did his time and served and as a local law enforcement officer there on the Monterey Peninsula. So Jeffrey, thank you, buddy. The whole relationship, and here we are still at this point, just how you guys were at the shoot. I see a kindred spirit between the two of you guys, and whether it may be all good or challenging or whatever, it's where it's at, and you guys have accepted where it's at, and it's good. It works, right? It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was great.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I could say that for sure.
Oh, well, you know what? David, you got that's great, because Michael, that's what any builder wants to hear. If you got a satisfied customer, mission accomplished, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I ended up talking to him once he was on the road, and we'd call. I see Steve said, "Hey, it was great talking with me. Hey, Steve, see you there." and I also seen Gotti was in here. So what's up, Gotti? Yeah, I called him after the show and I said, hey, how's everything? Because a lot of people didn't think this truck was going to work. And I mean, it got back. We talked about changing out the fifth wheel, and he says, you know what? Just change my plates. Let's go. So we just changed out the wear plates on the fifth wheel and basically slapped on the butt like he's sending a kid off to school. Good day to school, go to work. And the truck left, and it's, what you got on it now? A little over 20,000 probably?
About 15, a little over 15.
Okay, so it's a working truck, and I would call him, hey, how's everything going, man? I'm amazed at, because the truck you had before this was emissions, DEF, all that stuff, just problematic. And then you get this truck, and he says, I just don't know. He says it's a dream. So we did it. I mean, we did it.
Well, it just went into D-rate though, Michael.
No bullshit. It ain't happening on that truck, buddy.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. What?
Yeah, cranky generator.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man. Listen, hey.
Speaking of generator, he's not at his house. He's actually in his truck. So
he's in the truck, yeah.
Yeah, this is the inside the truck.
Yeah,
actually,
man.
I'm just out to Louisville, so.
Yeah, you didn't get far from Matt's or the chute. So there you are. You're right outside of Louisville. But yeah, you're sitting in the studio right now, right?
Yeah.
Well, going back to the build itself, and I'm going to bring these up now that we're here.
Yes.
Let's see. It'll put us kind of over in the corner here. But, and we can have our conversation, and I'm just going to kind of scroll through I wish I had like an auto scroll, but I'm telling you, man, I mean, we start out with, okay, yeah, there's truck, and, going to go through the seasons. We got weather, we got snow, and then let it begin. I mean, here comes frame rails, here comes, just chunks of this thing laying on the ground, every way, shape, or form, on and on as we go, and it starts coming apart, right? I mean, and then at the same time, you got it going together. But I look at this interior, man, and that's like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah, and it kept, so those pictures right there of the truck in the yard. Go scroll back up, John. No.
Yeah.
Other way. Nope. Other way. Go back up. There you go. You're going up. Anyway, the frame rails, since we're on the frame.
Which way you want me to go? Which ones you want me to show?
I'm saying go up, but it's okay. Yeah, you were going right. The frame rails are from Vicon Fab, Vicon Joe.
Right there.
Him. And the it just comes as a blank rail. You drill you lay out your template, drill your holes, cut all your profile for your engine drop in on the front end, cut all your angles. It's a cool process, but I mean, we got it done, or I got it done. And I guess I can talk about the pictures as you scroll. I can just talk about the pictures. Those wheels that are coming over, they're probably 20 plus, 30 plus year old wheels, 22.5 original Peterbilt wheels that was just demolished. All the pits and everything.
Oh yeah.
And bought them at a junkyard.
Well, there you go, a junkyard.
Yeah.
And they don't make them no more. We tried ordering them brand new. They don't make them no more. People kind of disagree with you. Say yes, they suit, but they make the Millennial, which is the kind of the ovals beveled. Those were a straight cut, and we use Floyd Zerang out of Houma, Louisiana, with Faz's polishing, and he brought them all the way back to what we seen at Max. And he does a fine job with everything I offer him. Everything I throw at him, he somehow, I don't know if he's a magician or whatever, but everything you throw at him, he'll throw it back at you of what you was trying to achieve. The cutoff was from a 2014 Pete. We stripped it apart, gutted it, put it all back together.
Well, like I said, and back, just to chime in on the wheels, those original Pete wheels like that. I don't know if do they still make the late model wheel, the chamfered Edge? Is that still available or no?
Order them because I did a truck for St. Ledger Lumber back in 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. And he's just all of his trucks are oval wheels, and we couldn't get these wheels no more. We had to buy the millennial wheels.
It's crazy, man. Earlier today I was watching some social media, and it was Kenworth on the 1000 that they're building of the W900L that are going to be put out, the legacy edition, and it just rang into me, like end of another era, no more, and it just seems like, God dang, what look, I guess everything's got to move ahead and whatnot. And I'm not saying, don't come up with new stuff, but why you got to kill everything in the back? Why?
So those pictures right there, dead center of the screen, the white Pete right there, dead center. That is May 25th of 25. That's when I drove it into the shop. I took the stacks off, laid them on my flatbed pickup, and I started. That's it. That's the day it started. And I was doing, now you see in the back, the maroon truck in the back, that's actually my dad's truck. We sold that truck in 23. My dad sold it before he passed away. And I was doing two trucks at one time, and I was gonna unveil my dad's truck at Matt's also. I was gonna have the owner come in, and I ran into some complications on that truck, and I think it's just in a way meant to be. I'm gonna pour my heart into that one. It deserves it.
Well, I'm a big cat fan, especially a 6NZ guy. So, there it is. And, man, it don't look like that no more. I mean, no. In fact, I'm going to duck out of here real quick. And while I do that, I'm going to play something for us all to kind of look at and give you guys, everybody a little look-see as what's going on behind the scenes at a 10-4 cover shoot.
So now I'm like, I just don't feel confident waving it around like I used to.
And that was really some crazy weather that weekend.
Wasn't it?
Dude, it was hot. It was cool. It would mist and rain. It's like.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic, man. That the weather in Louisville for that particular version of Matt's was insane. By the way, everybody, that was in fact, I'm gonna throw that back in there one more time. Got the guys there in the background.
I just don't feel confident.
And then of course
waving
Dan
it around like I used to.
And David back there, and then Miss Shannon. Everybody needs a Shannon, not this Shannon. That's Dan, but you need to get you a Shannon. I don't know how he's not fixed in a 90-degree angle from all the years of bending over to that tripod, man. I'm telling you. Anybody ever got stuck, man, it would be him. There's one more here I want to share, too, while we're in this mode. And this is our buddy Jacob and the rest of us, again, kind of behind the scenes.
See, you can see who lives in the South. I'm in jeans and jacket, and Gundy's out here in short sleeves and shorts.
Dude, so was I, man. That's how we live. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. It was a beautiful day. What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah, no, it was. It was a great day.
One more time. Here we go. These guys look like they're dressed for, is it gonna rain? Is it gonna snow? No, it's sunshine.
Man, the zoo got busy. Glad we didn't go in that parking lot.
There you go. All right. I think Jacob got the award for the best tanned legs at Trucking for Kids too, man. That kid had it going on. By the way, back to this picture of, okay, there's present condition of what that truck's engine looks like versus this other version of it, which, yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You want that or you want that? Yeah, you know where we're going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, unbelievable. And by the way, all the photos from the cover, if you guys want to check them out, there it is. It's online. Go to 104magazine.com and get you some looks in and a lot of great shots, man. There's so many. I've got so much that I'm trying to share with everybody too. Yeah, Shannon wearing 2 jackets. I know. So yeah, that doesn't. Why doesn't that not surprise me? Yeah, a couple jackets and you're good to go. But let's bring it back over here to the photo album. And like I said, guys, I'll kind of scroll through while we're chatting on here.
615 photos. I think there's a ton. And that was another thing too that I was finding on the truck was just all crazy wiring. If you notice that wiring at the top of your screen, the pictures I took of that circuit breaker, that's your main circuit breaker within the frame. And I photo catalog all this so where I can go back to it. It's not even connected to the circuit breaker in the event that something was to happen. There was nothing to trip that breaker. As you can see, it was broken off, and somebody prior to David just linked the wires together and said,
yeah, it should be up here.
Fire hazard. Exactly correct. So that was a major fire hazard, but the truck was full of that. And I said, hey, I hate to be the guy to tell you this, but if it's going to leave my shop, it's going to leave correct. And we've got to go through everything. So every wire on that truck, I went through it. Man, I put it in the sink and I would just scrub it. And honestly, I didn't really find anything wrong with the wires. It was just connections and internals.
Well, obviously they had a problem. This is melted here. And this,
well, that part of it, that I got thrown in the long grass there. We started all over.
I mean, that was one of those on the side of the road, need to get it home. Okay, what do we got to do? Deals probably.
Yeah, correct. But that's little gremlins that can sneak up on you later on, at a later point in time and really get you.
Yeah. Well, now, I mean, look, now we're, and I'm not done here in this bunch of photos, but David, you've had 15,000 miles of time on that truck now so far. Have you come out to California yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. So, where you've been at, I mean, and you're all hooked up. You're running cars wherever you got to go to get them and deliver them and do what you do. You got, and I know this is always a tough one, but are guys getting on the radio and giving you a shout out? Hey, is that the cover of the truck on 10-4 magazine? You getting any of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's fantastic.
I had 2 of them today.
Oh, awesome! Way to go, guys! Way to pay attention.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know CB still worked, honestly.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just do this again. Hello.
Exactly.
Well, listen, man, I'll tell you, if there was any way to drop a magic, pill or wave a magic wand over everybody and say, hocus pocus, use your stinking radios again, guys, we would all be so much better off. Y'all probably be so much safer out there and know what's going on, communicate, talk to one another. Again, gosh, that's a whole nother show. But and now that you've again got your mileage in, you got 15,000 miles, which is, by the way, guys, that's nothing. That's like, for a car compared to this truck, that's like driving to the store and back. Everything's smooth, quiet. Are you just like grinning from ear to ear?
Oh yeah, I tell Michael all the time that I smile going down the road. I have to sit on my hands, keep it waving at everybody.
Crazy guy, look out, everybody! What's going on in there?
So we was actually on the phone, just chit chatting one day on the phone, and I said, "Man, do you like the truck? How do you? I mean, I want to know everything." And you could hear his voice change. I said, "I can hear you smiling through the phone. That's all I need to know, man. My job is done here." So yeah, so it's great when you can hear somebody smile through the phone, like literally smile through the phone. You've executed what they were dreaming of. So
there's nothing finer than being on the road in a truck that you love, doing what you love. It's not work anymore. It's fun, and you have a good time while you're out there doing it, man. I mean, I used to turn the XM on and CB was kicking, and never a dull moment, always looking at something different. And then knowing that you're looking good while you're doing it ain't so bad either, right?
Yeah.
And David, your truck's looking amazing, man. So what are you doing? Are you out there? Do you have like a regimen? Are you washing it everywhere when you stop, wipe it down or go in, get a wash. Michael's listening. He's going, you better damn well be.
Yeah, no, I get it washed a lot.
Yeah.
And then wipe it down a lot too. My wife, John, my wife said, "Are you going to wash it like this all the time?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife wanted me to get a new truck, and she thought, well, if you get a new truck, honey, we'll have a lot more time together, and you won't have to work on it like you do all the time on the stuff you got now. And I'm like, hey, that sounds really good, You get a new truck and then you start doing what you guys did. I mean, I never had to get into it like you guys did. I bought a brand new one and I did what I did to it. But man, all that other extra time turned into wash and polish time. And so the whole nother set of issues. It's just like, we get this sickness we never know we had, or maybe it was there just waiting to surface, and it becomes the thing that we enjoy doing. So
in the comments, I see that the polisher's in here, Floyd. I see he's in there. He's asking David if he spit shines that stuff. So
yeah,
we're not gonna let David spit shine nothing.
Yeah, no, man. And let's look again. I've got another one, and this particular video was shot at the spot where we did do the cover shoot itself, where we the picture that ended up on the cover. Now, I haven't looked at this, so I don't know what we're going to get, but let's find out.
That was badass right there. Damn.
Oh, you got a bunch of candid stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got a bunch. You have no idea. Yeah, I got a lot. And this is good because there's no cars right now, man, and we had to deal with people coming in, people coming out. A lot of different stuff going on that morning.
And the people walking right where we had.
Yeah, people walking. Yeah,
people kept walking in front of the camera. Some people would stop and say, "Is it okay?" We're like, "Yeah, we're good. Go ahead."
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we got a car coming out, but yeah. There you have it. So, and I've got a lot more that I have shared and more to share of that from that particular spot, as well as the other spot that we shot at. And I'll be bringing all that stuff throughout the month here and sharing it with everybody, so you guys can all have a look at it. There's a funny story to kind of bring in. In fact, wait a minute. I got to check and see. I might be missing something here that Dan sent me, but there's a funny story to tell, and that's the one of which, you know what, it ended up being funny because there was an irate visitor to this park that didn't like the fact that we were taking pictures of a truck, and so I guess it just infringed on his ability to have fun that morning. Yeah, and he let us know. He let us know. And we said, thank you, appreciate the input. He left. Yeah, Michael, I can let you tell your version, but after a while, and we continued to do what we were doing, getting that shot, PD came, and they're like, hey, what y'all doing? We're just here shooting this truck, and he get us a picture, and we're out of here. And he's like, that's all I need to know. And that was it. So, the guy, whoever it was that was not happy about his Sunday morning infringement, called the PD, local PD, and they came over and investigated, and we got the stamp of approval. Tem4 magazine was A-OK for the day. So, Michael, what's your take on that?
So much. I don't even think he got out of his car. He investigated so much. Did he even get out of the car?
No, he pulled up to me and never got out of the car, dude. It was literally, it was like, okay, good enough for me, and that was it. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I mean, honestly, that's the way it should be. So many times things get blown out of proportion, especially these days. There was nothing wrong being done there, and we were being courteous and polite, and we were trying to be, very thoughtful about making sure people knew that they didn't have to stay behind the truck. Come on, we'd move them through. So we were doing the right things. It just, this particular person just decided that
it went from 0 to 10 like that.
Yeah.
When I told him, I was like, come on, you can go ahead and pass by. And he mashed mode, and I mean, the dust, the grass, like, whoa, slow down. And then and the chihuahua mad at somebody, ankle biting everything through the car. I was like, dude, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. It was bad. It was bad.
Well, like I said, I guess he was not having any of it, and for whatever reason, maybe he hated trucks. Maybe his wife left him for a trucker. I don't know.
I was gonna say that, John, but I didn't.
Wait. And David said he's sleeping just south of Louisville, so he might be knocking on your door tonight.
Yeah, he'll be knocking on my door.
Yeah, man, it might be that guy, So,
boy, he is mad.
Hey, I got something here that Dan the man sent me, and I don't know what this is all about, but here I'm going to bring it up. Michael, you explain.
Oh yeah, that's that little dude we picked up. No, that's actually me. So
Yeah, right.
that's me live and live in color at times. I had to move the truck.
Nicely done, man. Was that did it taste like Windex or what?
Well, there was a smudge right there, so I had to get that off. But
Okay, I'm guessing you did. And
yeah,
mission
we got it off.
accomplished. Yeah, I'm certainly, I'm hoping so. All right, got that out of there. Thanks, Dan, for sharing the candid moment. Absolutely.
Photo shoots are fun.
Yeah. Fun. Hey, you know what? Back to the photo shoot itself. You never know how these things are going to go. You just don't. There's so many things that come into play. The sun, the lighting, the environment. Obviously, the locals and how they might feel about it. There's a lot of moving parts to make these things happen. I got to tell you, and I've been at a few of these, your guys' shoot went very, very, very well. So, congratulate you all on that and how things went the entire day. Not to mention, it was fun. It was just I got to say, the weather was definitely a big help, because being out there in that weather like it was, and this trip through Louisville, everybody that was there and those that weren't and were able to watch on the Studio 10-4 live streams, Thursday, never had a Thursday like that where it was so warm all day, which it was just incredible, that it never cooled off at night, and the place was packed. There was more people that day in Louisville at that show than I'd ever seen. And it was on, man. I mean, tank tops and shorts and gals in their summer dresses. And, it was like, hey, get it while you can, right?
Sunburns.
Huh? So you got sunburn?
No, there was sunburns everywhere. Like,
yeah, right.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Chuck wants to know if you wore your colorful socks to the shoot.
Chuck must have been by the truck when you got out of it. Yeah. Talking about David, not me.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Michael always gives me a hard time about my psychedelic colored socks.
They bright. They very bright.
And yeah. There's another picture here this picture right here, man, I'll tell you what. It don't even look like it looks like a model. Is that a model or is that the truck?
So that's actually a computer rendering. I'll let David speak on this part. I'm not going to steal it.
Okay, that's what's going on. All right, David, fill us in, buddy.
Yeah, that's Jim Higgins developed that there at 12 gauge. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, so he did that for me, and I handed it to Michael, and I said, "This is what it needs to look like."
Here you go. Yeah. Here's your roadmap.
Yeah.
And then, so I get the picture, and I was like, "We need to redo this." He said, "Well," I said, "That's actually a 389. I'm doing a 379. We'll get it." So I picked up the details right away, the cab mounted mirrors, the hood, and all that, and
yeah.
And Jim went back. He corrected everything for us. But that just for computer rendering, it's something to go off of. And I mean, we executed it,
Well, it was a hell of a rendering, but here's the thing. And this goes back to my earlier point, here's where we're at. This is the mud bog you got to go through to get to here. And man, is there a lot of things that can go wrong in that process, right? I mean, how was the build for you, Dave? Michael, did you feel like, oh man, here's another thing and another thing and another thing, or did things move along okay for you?
Projects like this always, you always have a hiccup because the wheelbase is 323. Wheelbase is 323. You'll always have a hiccup when you go this in depth, because when you explode it into different bays, I have 5 buildings over here on the property. So he had parts everywhere. I had parts everywhere for this truck. And when you start taking all this apart, you start inspecting it. And when you're doing a build this in depth, there's no reason to put something back on there that's not 100%. So yes, you do run into things. And then with this truck being 24 years old, Peterbilt tells you that's obsolete. That's obsolete. But we have an alternative. That's obsolete. And right. David was strict, like, I don't want nothing aftermarket. So much not aftermarket. He came to the shop and had brand new airbags sitting on the floor. He says, "Is that my airbags?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Send them back." I said, "Do what?" "Send them back. I want Peterbilt airbags." They said TRP. They come from Peterbilt, but it said TRP. He said, "Send them back. I want Peterbilt airbags." It's his truck. So everything on this truck is as close to OEM as we can get.
Yeah.
And pretty much almost every single part came over the sales counter, over the parts counter at Peterbilt or Lafayette. Their sales team, I just texting them, "Hey, I need this part number, and it was dropped the very next day.
You know, and listen, personal thing, right? Because David, that's not a part of, let's say, the structured judging of any shows out there, unless you're at an ATHS show and it's, you know, that particular class, that is it been correct, you know, and all that. We don't have really any that I can think of that are that way. So not to mention, you know, there's a lot of variables even from the factory on a truck. So sometimes it comes down to how they can or who they can get parts to build a truck. And it might not have that Peterbilt logo on it. It'll have the, you know, the one that you had on those other bags, but that's who they were able to get. I mean, think of Mack truck. Holy crap. I mean, hate to say it, but they were building a mutt for a long time, man. I mean, that's why the silver dog ended up on the hood, not the gold dog. So, you know, folks that don't know that, if you got a gold dog on the hood, that's Mack from end to end. If you got a silver hood, it could have anything under it. Don't matter. It's all kinds of stuff. So, but that being said, again, you know, it's up to the guy, David, in this case, to be as particular as he wants it to be. So, right, as long as you got the time and the money to make it happen, there you go. Right?
Yep.
Well, job well done, I got to say. And you got many years and many miles of fun ahead of you, David. I you know, I wish everybody could experience what you are experiencing out there in this truck on the road doing what you're doing, man. It anybody that gets themselves into a newer truck, especially one that you've built like this, it adds life to you on the road and your career and your time out there, and it just changes your whole attitude, man. I know, because I came from one really far off distant perspective of what trucks are to going into the newer stuff and making it fun and having a good time with it and being really, really excited about what I was driving. So, Mike, thanks for you being the guy to make it happen. If people want to find you, are you going to be building more? Do you have any in the works right now? What's your situation?
Yes, you're welcome, Dan. You're welcome. You're quite welcome for that. Yes, I do. I'm not taking anything right now. I have, like I said, my dad's truck that I need to complete. It's for a guy out of North Carolina. He's been patient. He's just a very, very good guy, and I need to get that truck done. I do have a 1968 Peterbilt that was formerly for C.O. Bruce out of Broome, Texas. That's for a guy that's from up there. It's a 1968. We're going to turn it into a 358 little one, 358 tilt hood. And shove an E-model in it. So I got two customer trucks that still need to be built out, ground ups. And then I think I'm going to do me a personal truck. I want to build me a heavy truck, 20K front, 20K pusher, 52 rears, just to do it, just to have it. Probably never use it, but I just want to go different.
Well, heavy haul's your thing. That's where you dwell, right? Isn't that where you kind of work at?
Yeah, that's kind of where I came up from. My grandfather was moving drilling rigs in the early 60s, 50s, 60s, all that good stuff, 70s. Then he dragged my dad into it. Then my dad did it. And then when the oil field went kaput in like 84, my dad went over the road and started pulling plastic pellets. And my dad pulled plastic pellets for, probably till 05. I want to say he came back in off the road, and I didn't see my dad much. But well respected for what he did back then, because he took care of the family in a very good way. And then I got into trucking. I bought my first truck at 24 years old, started an off-field business at 28, and I went totally different. I just wanted to go after the equipment, started going after the equipment, and I will be back on the road here soon. So we'll see what I got up my sleeve. All
right. Well, in the meantime, if somebody wanted to reach out to you and just, say hello and get a hold of you, what's the best way to do that?
Check out the website, mwtrahan.com. You can find a few products on there.
Okay.
You can call on there's a landline, the email straight to the office, straight to Sarah at the office, which is my wife. She kind of hides behind the scenes, but she's actually one that pushed me and David to get all this done. She's probably the one that cracks the whip the most.
It's all her fault, huh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, you got a lot of compliments coming in from the audience and different.
I see that.
Yeah.
So Michael Guidry, there's two Michael Guidrys. There's a late Michael Guidry that donated the louver press to me. He gave me the louver press before he passed away, and that's how I make the hoods, the louvered hoods. And then this Michael Guidry here is a welder fabricator. They got a fabrication shop. Anything that's too big that I can't do here, I go straight to him and I get him going. Yeah, I see a lot of people commenting on there. Yeah. Sarah's the boss lady, you see? Yeah.
Well, David, what about you, my friend? What's going on? Where are you at? And I know you're in Louisville, but where are you headed? And what's in your near future here in the next 10,000 miles or so? What do you got going on?
Well, I got a load of McLarens on right now, headed to Texas with them.
Ooh, damn. So, well, don't tell anybody where you're at then exactly. Yeah. Like, holy crap. Yeah. All right. Are you going to be coming out to Pebble Beach in August for the concours? Isn't that in August?
Yeah, it's coming up in August, but I gotta work on Intercity a little bit, see if they'll let me go to California.
Okay. You want to put props out there for Intercity? I think that'd be a good idea. Let's do that. Talk about Intercity. Tell who Intercity is and who you work for.
Yeah, I'm leased to Intercity. Intercity Lines is based out of Massachusetts, out of Warren, Massachusetts. They've been in business since 1980. We have about 30 trucks on the road. So, yeah, great company. The owner, Dave Wilson, is still very involved in the company, and Dean Wilson is kind of taken over, and a great guy.
Well, that's part of the succession, and every company needs to have a plan of succession, even if that plan is that if you are ever gone and you're the principal, to shut it down if that's the way it has to be done. But listen, guys, all of us need to have that out there. So be sure and think about that, man, because succession essentially is, it's telling us there's a plan to continue to succeed, which ultimately we would all like to be able to have our kids come in or whoever's closest to us be able to be that person, but it needs to be put in place so that it can happen. So, all right, listen, David, good talking to you. Michael as well. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Again, the time you gave up for the show. Safe travels, David, and Michael, good luck to you. Thanks for for all the good work, man. And I can't say it enough, and enough has been said. A lot of folks in here, I hope people go back and watch on the playback. I know they will. Your attention to detail, my friend, was definitely a huge part of why this truck is on the cover of the May edition of 10-4 magazine. So again, congratulations.
Yeah, and I honestly want to tell, and I could probably speak for David, but I'll let him say it how he wants. But I mean, Dan, you, John, Gundy, but really, Dan, like this was a total surprise to me. I was actually that night, it might have been Saturday night, I was having dinner with another person, and I got the call. I was like, I'll call him back, and that person said, you really need to answer that. I think if that's who that is, you really need to answer that. And when I answered, he's like, hey, can I shoot your truck? I'm like, yeah, I think so. What? Cover magazine, and I'm like, me? The truck? What? So I said, yeah, I mean, absolutely, let's do it. And boom, and when I tell you it rolled, Dan is on it. I mean, it was fast.
Oh, and,
it is. And I told some of my friends this. It's like getting a Lifetime Achievement Award when you weren't even trying for one. But it's really and truly an honor to be in the magazine or even being acknowledged for it. I just build these guys' trucks. That's all I do. I mean, they want a nice truck to go down the road. I build them. It's just putting a truck together, and just using your attention to detail, like they've been saying. It's just trucks. It's just trucks. So I honestly want to tell Dan and you and all that, I greatly appreciate it. I really do. I was never expecting this. Never was. Greatly appreciate it. I think multiple times for even giving me the opportunity. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a big build. And he's like, let's go. Okay.
Well, your comments and attitude is why you're on the cover. Not everybody that has an awesome truck gets on there, and sometimes that has to do with the ladder. It's just, there's a whole package that we look at, and sometimes it's all of us together figuring it out, giving input. Other times, in this one, Dan made the complete choice and got you there, and he got it done. So meticulous Michael, I think I like that. That's a good one. And
Striker, so Striker, Striker's a cousin of ours. Yeah.
David, any closing words before we let you go?
Yeah, this is your spotlight. This is your magazine.
John, and I told Dan more than one time. I said, this is a great honor. I said, 10-4 magazine to me is like Hot Rod magazine of the cars, and it's right. I'd rather be on 10-4 magazine cover than win any truck show or any trophy that you can get. It was a great honor to me.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say I agree with you 100%, and for a lot of different reasons, but you're definitely nailing it. And 10-4 is Hot Rod magazine for Class 8 trucks, 100%. That's what I have always said about it, always equated it to that. That's the best example I can give anybody, especially people that don't know about it, and they do know about Hot Rod magazine because they dig hot rod cars. So, all right, gentlemen, we're at up top of the hour and over, but thank you very, very, very much. And again, Michael, keep building, brother. Just step back if you gotta, to make it work, to make it continue to happen. I'm telling you, brother, you got something out there that the rare and few that will be lucky enough to have you build a truck, you can make that your choice, not theirs. So think about that, and do it because you love it, and I think you'll continue to prosper in it.
And look, there's many guys out there, even around my area, that are talented. Also, it's not.
There's a lot of builders out there. Don't get me wrong. There is, and there's enough work out there for everybody. But sometimes there's some special ones out there, and I think we all now got to meet you, and you're that guy. David, safe travels, my friend. Keep those McLarens warm, huh?
All right, I'm gonna try.
All right. You guys take care. We'll be in touch soon. And congratulations, both of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to David. That's David's truck on there. I just turned some wrenches. That's all I did.
Yeah.
He made
All
my
right.
dream come true.
All right. Awesome. Bye, guys.
Yep. Bye.
All right, everybody. Again, David Pitre and Michael Trahan. We didn't even get a chance to go through that whole pronunciation on David's last name, but we'll do that. We'll save it for another time, maybe. But thanks to everybody that tuned in, man. What an awesome show. You guys are fantastic. The audience, you're a huge part of this. All the comments and being a part of it, that's what makes it work. So for those of you that tuned in today just to watch this show, please tune back in and watch the others that come up every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time for the morning drive, and every Wednesday afternoon for the weekly update, which you just watched. And this happened to be our cover feature story show for May 2026. Again, tomorrow, 4 p.m., it will be the first of, and I'm going to bring it back up again because that's what we do. Big Rigs Custom and Chrome. And that, again, is Chad Violet and Steve Mitchell, which everybody may know as Steven Gringo, both of which are at Pickett Custom Trucks in Arizona. And our guest tomorrow, Cody McCandless, Trick Pony Customs, built loud, built right. We'll be having all three of them on the show, and this will be the first edition of that. So also, again, can't help but put it out there. We are building a network, Studio 10-4 Live, the network that will bring you all that we can related to or part of trucking. And we like to think of us as the cool side, the fun side, of trucking. So if it's cool and it's fun, it's 10-4 Magazine, the Studio 10-4 Live, bringing you that other part of it that you're enjoying now with us. So again, for myself and everybody, the team that didn't get to make it in, Dan and Shan, others that I may not have recognized in the show in the audience, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate you. Keep the shiny side up. JT, I am out until next time. Take care now.